I wanted to specifically address this. So, the past 3 months, ever since they upgraded from iOS 15 to 16, which my phone automatically went to upgrade because the default setting was set to auto update. This is my message to whoever has a phone, an iPhone, which is an older model like what I have. Okay, I have another one which is a newer model. I don't use it much, right? This is just a placeholder, right? But my main phone is something that I use because it has sentimental values for me. And I am someone, if the hardware is good, I don't change the product, all right? Just like my car. The hardware is good, the schematic is good, the system's good, so I use it. So the upgrade iOS 16, maybe it's good for the newer iPhones, but it makes the iPhone XR freeze, okay? And it makes it pretty much it dies. So this phone has been dying on me, and there's nothing wrong with the hardware. It is just that the memory um, is unable, or the phone is unable to process and adapt to the new operating system, which is too much. I actually don't want the iOS 16. I'm gonna see if I can bring this down to iOS 15, but I don't have the time and energy to do that right now. But that is something that I consider. Or, which I have decided on to do, is pretty much this year, I'm going, it's not Android, it's a Google phone, I think. Yeah, yeah, it's an Android phone. Okay. So I got the cheapest uh, Android phone in my area. It's a Motorola, all right? I didn't go for brand specific or anything, but I've used Motorola in the past, like maybe 15, 16 years ago when they were back in the day. So I bought one. I'm going to switch from iPhone to an Android this year. My main my main number, I will switch it because you know why? I can't anymore. Every 2 weeks, every damn week, bug update, some update, things that I don't even ask, right? It's too many updates. I don't need that many updates. I just want a simple life. I want it. I don't want to always be like having the most up to date gadget. Even my headphone, this is like from 3 years ago. It works fine. So the only thing I want to remind everyone is don't get sucked into buying something new unless you really, really need it. I will buy a new iPhone. However, I will tell you when the iPhone 15 comes out, I'll go test it out because 15 is my number. Okay, I got my dad the 14, but when the 15 comes out, I will consider upgrading. But this year, I'm beginning with downgrading because many things I caught during the pandemic, they made us sign up for things that we didn't really want. Can you think about it? Within the past 2, 3 years, whoever's listening, watching, did you realize through the internet you got some things that you wanted, but many of the things that you got were things that you never even want. It was someone else's trash, pretty much. It was someone else's idea. You know, ideas come from people's minds, right? Some of them are brilliant, but some of them are bull. Yes. The other word. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube. I'll say it. Some of these ideas that come of people's minds are great. Some of them are bullshit, right? So I got many things from my mail to my inbox, to my, you know, wherever I go, I always get presented with something. So for me, how I judge it is I see, is it, when you get presented with something, you see, is this something that's true to my value? Is this something that will help me grow in the way that I want to grow, right? Because growth to someone else, growth to Elon Musk is different from growth to me. Elon Musk wants to go to the moon. I don't want to go to the moon. I want to stay here, right? So somebody who's going to the moon might destroy the earth and go to the moon. Maybe, right? I'm just saying, okay? Because when you don't want something, you're like, I don't want the earth, I want to go somewhere else. That means you no longer see yourself as being a part of an earth community. So be very careful the things that you sign up for. The world is a beautiful place, all right? The world is a lovely place. We don't need to. So that's why I haven't, thank God, this year I haven't done any crypto. All the apps are deleted off my phone. I signed off, whatever money I have is whatever I have. Very little is fine. Because in the beginning, when we were Neanderthals and hunter gatherers, we didn't have even a single token, right? We only had basic stuff. Today we have so many tools. Some people don't even appreciate them, right? So I hope whoever wants to go out of outer space, they can. I support that, but at the same time, see Earth as your home. Okay, the moment you see Earth as your home, because there's so many species who are trying to survive, right? If you look at my project, um, I just share what other people post mostly in my project page. Animals, other creatures, they are suffering from what we have done since the pandemic. Even the pandemic, I have many thoughts about the pandemic. Most of us were forced to stay in, and that caused a change in the ecosystem, right? Because we are so used to, there's a certain amount of pollutants, there's certain amounts of good and bad that comes out of movement. So when there was not much movement, even with the flying and everything, with people not traveling, the earth, the the gases that surround the earth also get affected. So that affects the climate. All right. So climate change is not just because of whatever, what's her name, Gurta, I don't know what her name, the child that speaks whatever she says. Climate change is also because we are not actively participating in climate, right? We are not actively engaging in the things that we used to do. Even if I wanted to go outside today, none of my friends will be like, come, let's hang outside and do things. Most of them are very comfortable at home. So I also am comfortable at home, but I'm not happy at home most of the time, right? Mm. So yeah, this year I hate to say it, but I'll have to do a lot of things on my own again, and it's a drag. It's a drag. Summer, is now she's taking a nap after all that barking. This year I'm not going to put any goals, aspirations, or anything like that. This year I'm going to declutter many things. That's my plan. I have a lot of clutter that was just left with me, be it mentally, be it spiritually, by other people. Some of the things that I realize are not even in line with my journey. Um, so Friday is my day. Friday is the day that I first made a video this year. So it's, in a way, it's very humbling. It's going back to my roots. I'll honor my ancestors in that way. I remember my grandmother also. So I'm going to keep it very simple. Islam will be my cultural, traditional way of living. Um, Anybody wants to be along and go along with that journey, that's fine. Anybody that wants to fall off, that's fine as well. Uh, yeah, it's very simple. I saw my grandfathers living that way, and my dad lives as well that way. So I'm going to continue that tradition. Nothing's going to change as far as my faith in 2023. It's still as strong, still as good. But I will have to um, let go of many things like, this technology stuff. I was for technology. I still am, but the direction technology is going these days is very sad. Like I said, some of us don't want upgrades. We are forced upgrades. Even TikTok, I'm not active anymore because TikTok is affecting my mental health. Like, there used to be a time where you can choose and filter what's being presented to you, right? Like, this is like Summer is my child, right? Like, let's say Summer is scrolling through something, right? I understand there's a like a child proof whatever, but even then there used to be a time where you only things that you wanted to see, of interest of you would see. But now all types of things are showing up even on TikTok. So I don't want this year, I won't be scrolling TikTok. My account remains there as just like anything, just like Instagram. That's when I stopped Instagram as well. I stopped Instagram when it started showing me things that I don't want to see. Like, I don't care about influencers. I didn't grow up in an influence culture. I grew up with masters and teachers and role models, mentors. That's my world, not influencers. I never grew up with influencers, so whoever identifies with that type of culture, I wish you well. But for me, the rest of my life will be, I will live according to how my masters, my teachers, uh, my mentors, my family, and my ancestors. That's more than enough. Five, right? My masters, teachers, mentors, ancestors, and family led their life. So that's more than enough. That's a handful way of to live this life, right? Um, so yeah, this year I will be on the internet, but I will be uh, putting my work in a more efficient manner. I don't want to have I don't want the internet to get me here where I am broken into different apps. Yes. My journey is whatever this parts of me that the internet has disintegrated or dis has has collected. I want to bring it together and make it just one me. So wherever you find me, I'm still me. Okay. Uh, so the message is, whether you like it or don't, I will keep you alive. That is my job. Yeah, my job is to keep you alive because we've lost many people in 2022. Uh, Being alive doesn't necessarily look like your world is colorful and sun is out every day and everything is joyous. Alive sometimes looks a bit gloomy, cold. Um, so that's why I'm showing you my live today, because I want you guys to see um, how the situation is today. Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to end the stream, almost 15 minutes. We'll catch up. And I never wished anyone a happy new year because it's not a happy new year for me. I did not celebrate the new year. I just took that time to pull back and just like focus on my personal journey. So Wish you all a blessed new year. Absolutely wish you all a better new year. I think we all need a better new year. Yes. Bye, everyone.